Hello everybody! Welcome back to Oak City on Farming Simulator 25. As you can see, we have a lot of straw to bale, and we need to do this so we can prepare our fields for the next planting. And since we don't have a baler, nor the money to buy one, we'll rent one. So let's come here on balers, and I will lease a round baler. I think this perfectly meets our needs, so we will lease it. So let's pay 3,300 for leasing. And well, while we are baling, I think we can get some extra money. I will accept a cultivating contract and I will hire a helper to work on it. So let's borrow the items on this one. So I will hire a helper to work on the contract and we will bale this straw. And this is a nice tractor to work with. Well, there's the field. So I'll hire a helper to work on the contract and we'll bale this straw. Well, the helper has already finished his contract, and we're finishing baling the straw. I think this is the last bale. Yes. Okay, so now we need to collect the bales, and I'll accept another cultivating contract for the helper to work on. I will accept this contract, and we can use the same equipment. The helper will work on it, and we can return the baler. Okay, and now let's take the tractor and the cultivator to the other field, and then we will collect the bales. Okay, so this is the other field, and now we need to lease a trailer to load the bales. Let's check on the shop. I will lease this one, so we don't need a front loader. It will cost $2,500. And now, while the helper works on the contract, we will collect the bales. So, let's do it. And we have our first 24 bales of straw. We won't sell the straw, we will keep it all for the pigs. Hogs don't eat straw, but straw is important for regulating temperature, both in hot and cold weather. So it's crucial to have plenty of straw available to keep the pigs comfortable in desert regions like this, where it's sometimes very cold and other times very hot. And with straw, the pigs will also produce manure. By the way, we need to build a pit for the manure. It will cost $25,000. Okay. Let me fix the terrain. Let's do some landscape here. Okay. Well, I'll unload the bales next to the pit and I'll get the rest of the bales. Oh, it's pretty heavy to drive on sand. I think we'll need more gravel around here. And then we need to figure out how to get the straw into the pigsty. I think there's a special equipment for blowing straw into the pigsty. Let's collect the rest of the bales and then we'll check out the store. And here are the rest of the bales. We made 42 in total. So we need a straw blower. We have 3 options. But I don't know if we need a front loader to put the bales into the blower. I think with this blower we don't need a front loader, so I will lease it to try. So let's pay $1,500. And now let's try to blow the straw into the pigsty. It wasn't easy to get a hang of it, but I did it. Now the pigs will start producing manure, which we can use to increase apple production and also to fertilize our fields. And while I was trying to grab the bale, the helper finished the contract so we can collect the money. And I think we can bring 2 more bales for the pigs. So let's collect the money. 9,000 for this contract and 15,000 for this one. Okay, that brings us to $43,000 in our account. And now let's bring 2 more bales. Okay, so I filled the pan with straw and returned the blower. I also added more gravel around here to make it easier to maneuver the machines. So let's see here in our production. We can give manure to the apple trees, but not to the gardens. That's okay. So we can increase the apple production, and we will also spread manure in our fields. So we will save money with fertilizer and we will get an environmental bonus. So I think we are okay for today. So let's put our tractor into the shed. Okay. And now our pigs will be more comfortable. And of course, we'll have more pigs in the future. We'll build more pens and expand our farm. Slowly but surely. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks so much for watching and see you next video. Bye!